In April 2025, Jaguar sold 49 cars in all of Europe. Not 49,000, 49. The month before that, 1 year earlier, they had sold nearly 2,000. That's a 97.5% collapse in a single year. This is a brand that once went head-to-head with Mercedes and BMW, a name with over 100 years of history. The maker of what Enzo Ferrari himself reportedly called the most beautiful car ever made. And in 2025, it almost stopped existing. So what happened to Jaguar? The answer is one of the strangest, most deliberate self-inflicted collapses in the history of the car industry. To understand the collapse, you have to go back to November 2024. Jaguar released a 30-second advertisement to launch a complete reinvention of the brand. A bold new direction. But the ad had a problem. A strange, glaring problem. There were no cars in it. None. Just brightly dressed models, pastel backdrops, and slogans like "Copy Nothing," "Delete Ordinary," and "Live Vivid." For a company that sells cars, releasing a launch campaign with no cars in it was a staggering choice. At the same time, Jaguar retired its iconic leaping cat, the growler emblem the brand had used for decades, and replaced it with a minimalist letter J. They deleted their entire social media history. Years of posts, heritage, customer interactions, gone overnight. The reaction was immediate, and it was brutal. Fans flooded the comments calling it a way to destroy a renowned brand. Critics said it felt completely disconnected from everything Jaguar stood for. But here's the thing, a controversial ad, by itself, doesn't destroy a company. What Jaguar did next is what actually caused the collapse. Here is the decision that truly broke Jaguar. While almost every other carmaker transitioning to electric kept selling their existing cars during the switch, Jaguar did something almost no one had ever done. They stopped. Completely. By December 2024, every single Jaguar model ceased production. The F-Type sports car, the XE and XF sedans, the E-Pace and I-Pace SUVs. Everything. Pulled from the market entirely. And the replacement cars? They weren't ready. The first new electric Jaguar isn't expected until late 2026, more than 2 years after production stopped. Think about what that means. For over 2 years, Jaguar would have almost nothing to sell. Showrooms across Europe and the UK sat nearly empty for months. Dealers had no cars to show, no cars to test drive, no cars to deliver. Luxury car buying is an experience. People want to sit in the car, feel it, drive it. Jaguar took that away and left customers staring at empty showrooms. The numbers tell the rest. In 2024, Jaguar sold nearly 2,000 cars a month in Europe. By April 2025, that number was 49. Year-to-date European sales fell more than 75%. And globally, Jaguar dropped to fewer than 27,000 cars a year, an 85% collapse from where they were in 2018. Their U.S. dealer network was cut from 122 locations down to just 20. This wasn't a brand struggling. This was a brand that, in its own words, vanished itself. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Because as insane as this looks, there was a strategy behind it. Jaguar wasn't trying to be a mainstream luxury brand anymore. The old Jaguar competed with BMW and Mercedes, and was losing badly. Profitability was near zero. The lineup was stale. They were quietly dying anyway. So Jaguar decided to make a radical bet. Instead of being a mid-tier luxury brand, they would leap upmarket to challenge Bentley and even Rolls-Royce. The centerpiece of that bet is the Type 00, an all-electric Grand Tourer shown not at a car show, but at Miami Art Week. The first production car is expected to be a 4-door GT priced around $130,000, roughly twice what a traditional Jaguar sedan cost, with a targeted range of up to 478 miles. The idea was simple, if extreme: don't compete on volume. Compete on exclusivity. Sell fewer cars at much higher prices to a completely different customer. And there were a few early signs it might not be crazy. Website traffic jumped over 100% after the rebrand. Brand awareness rose 23%. And 20% more people said they now saw Jaguar as a brand worth paying more for. But awareness is not the same as buying. You can make millions of people look at your brand. That means nothing if they have nothing to actually buy, and the people who used to buy from you have already walked away. By late 2025, the cracks were showing inside the company too. Jaguar's design chief, The man who led the entire reinvention and personally introduced the Type 00, left the company. Reports pointed to internal tension. One internal memo reportedly expressed disappointment over the lack of collaboration with the in-house design team. The company even began questioning its creative partnership with the agency behind the rebrand. When the person who architected your transformation is gone before the first car even launches, it raises an uncomfortable question. Did anyone inside Jaguar truly believe in this? And the comparison makes it worse. While Jaguar wiped itself off the map, its rivals did the opposite. BMW layered electric models on top of its classics, and its EV sales rose. Audi did the same. Mercedes held steady. They evolved their identity. Jaguar erased its identity. And erasing 100 years of heritage, it turns out, is a lot easier than rebuilding it. So here's the verdict. Jaguar made a bet that almost no company has ever made. They didn't pivot. They didn't transition. They burned the entire bridge and bet everything on building a new one on the other side. If the new electric Jaguars arrive in late 2026, and they're genuinely spectacular, if they truly stand next to Bentley and Rolls-Royce, then this painful, brutal, almost suicidal gamble might one day be remembered as bold genius. But if those cars are merely good, or worse if they're late, then Jaguar will have thrown away a century of heritage, 2 years of revenue, and almost its entire customer base for nothing. That's the brutal truth about what happened to Jaguar. It wasn't killed by competition. It wasn't killed by the market. It made a deliberate choice to disappear and bet its entire existence on coming back stronger. They burned the bridge in November 2024. They'll find out in late 2026 if there's land on the other side. And the number 49 suggests they'd better hope there is. So what do you think? Was this the bravest reinvention in automotive history, or the biggest mistake? Let me know in the comments. And subscribe to Elite Driven, because the line between a bold gamble and total collapse has never been thinner than it is right now.